Hello, welcome to the Always Be Comedy podcast. Our guest today is the great Kyrah Gray. Kyrah Gray has been doing Always Be Comedy for a good few years and she's one of those dudes. The very first time we saw Kyrah Gray, we were like, all right, okay, we've got a real one here. Some people are just brilliant. They're just naturally brilliant. Some people, it can take them a few years to work it out. There's no right or wrong way, I suppose. But Kyrah Gray is a natural and was brilliant from the jump, and that is not true of everyone. I mean, it's a really special thing. Off the Curb, I know I talk about this a lot, and I know it's very inside baseball. They are the Real Madrid, if you like, of comedy agencies. When Off the Curb are signing you when you're brand new, they're not doing that for nothing. And if you've seen Kyrah at ABC or seen Kyrah anywhere, you'll know what we're talking about. She's got Tim. She's got, as the kids say, she's got the riz.
She's got crazy levels of riz. Yeah, she is really, really brilliant, and she's not been going long. She started in 2019, as she was saying in this episode. And I had a look on her Instagram. She's got 100,000 followers. Things are going well.
I'm right in saying riz is short for charisma.
Yeah. That's what I always assume so. Yeah, must be.
It wasn't a row, but there was a disagreement with someone, and I was like, it is charisma. And they were like, no. This person was arguing that riz is a word in its own right, but I think riz is charisma. I think riz is...
I think you're right.
I think it's the riz from the word charisma.
Yeah, I'm 99% sure of that. Yeah, absolutely.
If you think I'm settling this now... Here we go.
Go on.
Yeah. Riz is modern slang for charisma, specifically referring to a person's ability to be charming, confident, and persuasive in flirting or romantic pursuits. No, hang on. I'm sort of seeing what I want to see. But then it does say here, derived from the middle of the word charisma.
Yeah, charismatic. Kyrah Gray's charismatic.
Kyrah Gray is charismatic. Let me just be absolutely clear that is what we're saying.
Oh, God, absolutely. And you can experience that charisma this week, Wednesday the 15th and Thursday the 16th of April at the wonderful Soho Theatre downstairs, performing her show, Chiropractor. It won Best Show at Leicester Comedy Festival in 2025. It's all happening.
I would say, if you've never seen Kyrah before, buy a ticket to Chiropractor, and as Kyrah so much as walks onto the stage, we would like to think your internal monologue will be, oh yeah, she does have riz/charisma.
yeah, oh God, absolutely. Yeah, I think, there's not loads of tickets left, I should say, so get on it quickly. But I think it feels like she's just going to be a star in a few years. She's just going to be massive.
If you could buy shares in a comedian, you'd go all in on Kyrah Gray. Kyrah Gray, and I'm sure Kyrah's got all this mapped out. Tim, I think we would both see Kyrah Gray as comedy star, but you can also see her doing lots of presenting, hosting, acting, and so on.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So she studied drama, and I think she could absolutely be a broadcaster. Yeah, I think she'd be brilliant.
We're all aboard the Kyrah bandwagon. Kyrah does ABC a fair bit as well, but as well as Chiropractor, she's a great, hard-working comedian. So there's lots of opportunities to see Kyrah. There's lots of opportunities to see. Hang on, do we have Kyrah booked in? No, we'll certainly change that. Lots of opportunities to see lots of other comedians, as well as Kyrah. There's every chance by the time this episode comes out, we will have added Kyrah. Timo, we've just added a show to Wednesday the 29th of April. Glenmore, Celia AB, and someone who's done God's work in terms of advertising Always Be Comedy, and that is Ellis James. There's a cameraman called Rob who collars me most recordings when I'm the warm-up because he loves comedy podcasts, and he loves to tell me how we've got another shout-out on, say, Wolf and Owl or Parenting Hell or Ellis and John. It's very kind of all these dudes to give Always Be Comedy as much love as they've been giving us.
Oh my God, it's been lovely. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I think Ellis, because he very excitingly has returned to stand up, he's been talking about us a lot on the podcast, and I mean, it's always lovely to hear. He says such kind, nice things.
Yeah, we're always very grateful, boys. We're aware when you go on the website, a lot of shows are sold out. So if we jump to the first week of May, Monday the 4th of May, Nish Kumar, work in progress. There are not many tickets left. Tuesday the 5th of May, Catherine Bohart, work in progress. Wednesday the 6th of May, Harriet Kemsley, work in progress. Thursday the 7th of May, Chelsea, check this, Ivo Graham, Steve Jones, Kiran Sagu.
Right, really strong, really strong. That's cool.
It's a lovely bit of business.
It's a lovely
Thursday the 7th of May, Ivo Graham, Tom Crane returns to stand-up, more TBC. Friday the 8th of May, there's barely a ticket left for this. ABC favourite Don McGovern. Of all the MCs we've got, I mean, we love them all, but the old Domino, right up there. Nish Kumar and Sarah Pascoe.
Oh man, it's strong stuff. It's really good stuff.
My lord, we've just added a load of Henry Packer previews.
Yeah,
I think there are 7 coming up, maybe 6.
Wow.
Yeah. If you like the Pac-Man, you're in luck.
Yeah.
And there's one on Monday, the 11th of May. But anyway, look, all these and many, many more. Please visit alwaysbecomedy.com/tickets. We just added another Bedford show in Balham.
Oh yeah.
Saturday, the 20th of June. Those history guys, Finn Taylor and Horatio Gould from Finn versus History.
Finn versus History.
God, I had a real brain freeze there because it's Finn versus the Internet.
Yeah.
I nearly conflated the two, and all sorts of things nearly happened. Stars of History versus the Internet. Finn Taylor and Horatio Gould and Samira Banks, Saturday the 20th of June. Plus a load of... we've also got a load of Rhys James Chop Logic previews coming up. For all these and many more, please visit alwaysbecomedy.com/tickets. And as Tim says, Tim, this week, Kyrah Gray, chiropractor, 2 shows, a real opportunity to catch a very buzzy rising star of British comedy. Tim, where's it at? Soho Theatre?
Soho Theatre in the downstairs room, which is a great room for stand-up.
Sorry, so it's the OG Soho Theatre in Soho?
Yeah.
Amazing. That basement room it's just fantastic, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Some of my favourite shows ever have been in that room.
Hard agree. Magical Night with Nick Helm in that very room.
Very lovely. Very nice.
Yeah, great. That's all the more reason. Make a night of it. Soho Theatre, downstairs. Is that the best room at Soho Theatre?
You know what? I have a lot of love for all 3 rooms. Honestly, I've got a lot of memories in all 3. I couldn't pick. I couldn't pick.
A great diplomatic answer, and I suspect you're right. Yeah, you're right. I saw a Gemma Whelan one-woman play at Soho Theatre. Electrifying. I know we say it's almost a catchphrase. TV's gain is stand-up comedy's loss when it comes to Gemma Whelan. Yeah. I mean, you know what? Hopefully it won't prove the case with Kyrah Gray, but she's such a monster talent. You can see her getting snapped up in some sort of mega TV show. But Kyrah, please don't stop doing stand-up. Tim, you know what? Kyrah, you can imagine juggling the lot.
Oh my God, I really can. Yeah, absolutely. There are certain comedians who sort of do it all and do it all very well.
Well, I mean, now, look at Romesh.
Romesh is exactly what I was thinking of. Now, we're talking about, one of the biggest people in the country, full stop. But, I mean, a master of all trades. How's that?
For Romesh to juggle what he juggles is extraordinary.
Oh, it's absolutely bonkers. And this year, / maybe the end of last year, adding acting in the theatre. Yeah, it's crazy. It's good stuff.
Outstanding. Right, here she is, the great Kyrah Gray. Right, Kyrah Gray, straight off the bat, you're one of those acts, and I say this as a huge compliment. You've not been going as long as people think. Is that when did you start, and how did you start?
Yeah, so I think I started in uni actually. So I started in my last year of uni. That's the first time I tried stand up. And I had a module in my drama course in stand up comedy. And that is literally the first time I ever tried it. And my lecturer was just like, you need to do this properly. So literally when I graduated, I did a couple shows. Then we went into lockdown. And then when we came out of lockdown, I started properly. So I'd say I started in 2019. And then when we came out, I started properly, like really full steams ahead, man. I had to go.
So hang on, now what year did we come out of lockdown?
I think we came out of lockdown in 2020 or 2021. 2020?
Yeah,
God, I
they're like
don't
bits.
know.
They're like bits and bobs now.
Yeah.
Like we'd go out for a little bit and then go back in.
Yeah, like we were allowed to be out, but social distance. I remember I did it was a car park gig. Like people were in their cars and they were like tuning in to the radio where my mic was connected to, and they'd have to like beep when they were laughing. It was very strange.
But like, how many gigs had you done at that stage? If you started in 2019, was it like early?
Yeah, this was really early on in my career. I think I hadn't even done like 30 gigs yet before I did that.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my
Yeah.
God.
But it went well. So to be fair, yeah, it was.
I'd say if you're doing well after 30 gigs at one of those car gigs,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I think the lecturer was absolutely correct, Kyrah.
Thank you. Thank you. No, it was very weird. I don't think I'd do it again. It was like, but I've done it. So I'd tick that off the box and be done with it.
Have you
But
have you
yeah.
stayed in touch with the lecturer?
Yeah. He emailed me the other day actually. He's doing like a university gig and he wants me to come back and perform. So we're in contact still. And he tags me and stuff when he's trying to promote like the drama course again.
That's so
That
nice, though.
honest.
It's so nice to hear of a teacher or lecturer having such a positive impact on someone. I mean, it's fantastic.
No, honestly, like he's such a bundle of energy, and I'm really like grateful that he pushed me to do it. And I think it's really important that you have teachers like that, man, because there are a lot of people that aren't and shouldn't be in that job.
For
So
sure.
very,
So,
very grateful.
so now, how did the off the curb thing come about? So we have a lot of newer comedians listening to the pod, or aspiring comedians,
Yeah.
and I think a thing that a lot of people love to know is how does that sort of thing come about? How did it happen with Off the Curb?
The funny thing is, Off the Curb found me from a set that someone had posted my full set on YouTube without my permission. It was like a gig that I did. And they posted like my 10-minute set, and my agent had seen the clip. So then she came down to watch me at like a underground. It was a weird gig underneath a restaurant. There was like 12 people in the audience, and she was one of them. And I had a good gig, and yeah, we set up a meeting after that, and that was literally it.
So hang on, was it Flo that came to this gig?
No, it was Antonia. So Flo hadn't come to that gig, but I think Antonia had shown Flo that clip, and then Antonia had come to the gig, and yeah, set up the meeting with me and Flo. Yeah,
Now this all comes back to the lecturer.
yeah.
If you can do well at a gig underneath a restaurant to 12 people, once again, it's going to be the theme of the podcast. The lecturer was onto something, because those gigs are brutal.
They are really brutal, but I also sometimes feel like those small little intimate gigs, they're the real teller as to how strong your jokes are. Because if you're making 12 people belly laugh, I'm like, all right, cool. I know that this is something.
Yeah.
It's harder to build an atmosphere in there. So I feel like those are the gigs that you really, yeah, these jokes are working. Let's go, let's go.
That's awesome. When was the moment where you went? Because it's one thing for the lecturer to say something, doing well at gigs, sign with Curb, but was there a moment where you go, this this is actually this can be my job?
Um, I think there was a gig that I had. I think it was like my first time doing like quite a big room, and to me at that time it was like I think it was like 100 people. Um, and it was in that bar, Shaka Zulu. Have you been to Shaka Zulu?
Don't think so.
I think it's closed now, but like
Right.
so it was a club, but they had a event space downstairs, and there was a comedy show there. And this was my biggest show yet. So it was like 150 people there, and I smashed it. And I was like, "Rah, oh, okay." And especially because the guy that was hosting it, he came on and he was like, "I've never seen this girl perform before. She might be dead. So if she is, don't say anything to me afterwards. Make some noise, Kyra Gray." I said, "Huh?"
We were talking about this last night with Celia about like MCs who just surely like the one job was the MC.
Just
James will know
to
more than I do. But like surely it's just so every comedian can have a chance at having the best gig possible.
You're supposed to set the room.
exactly.
What was the MC that Sally was talking about? It said, it said something like this next act might be. What's the effect of this next act might be shit or something like that? It's like,
Yeah, and then
See,
there are
that's
also
what I
weird
mean.
Brexit references.
oh, that was
But
it.
anyway,
It was a
that's
Brexit
a whole
reference
different matter. Yeah.
because she was French. It was a Brexit reference.
Oh
So
my word.
it's like the MC I'm talking about is the MC that we thought she was talking about. Anyway,
Oh
but it's
god.
like instead of setting the room up, it's like starting a football match 3 goals
Yeah,
down.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So I think especially when you start in that environment, and I was still able to have a great gig. Like I had a great time. I was like, all right, cool. All right, let's see where this goes. I feel like I've got something here. Um, and I think that happened a couple times where like you've just got MCs that are trying to set you up for failure. And I was just like, you guys have a weird vibe, a very strange vibe, but I'm gonna ignore what you're doing and just do what I'm doing over here. Um,
Tim and I are both pulling the exact same face.
It was just the worst. I can't think of the worst thing an MC can do.
You had one job.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like literally one job, and I was really early in as well. Like I think that was probably like my 10th or 15th gig at the time. Um, and it was just like, yeah, man. And everyone was drunk as well. It's one of them unruly
Yeah.
comedy shows. So it's just like instead of getting everyone under wraps, you were just like, this is permission for you guys to be absolute assholes. Actually, do what you want. Do what you want. But yeah,
Yeah.
we live and we learn.
So you had
What?
agents coming to you at your 10th or 15th gig. It's just amazing.
It was super. I think because of I'd been doing like Zoom gigs and I'd done a few gigs before
Yeah.
lockdown, like because I met my first manager on like it was really random and it was super early in my career. Um, but he used to run like small pub gigs.
Yeah.
So I would do those here and there, and he somehow ended up doing like comedy gigs at like the Ned, like members club gigs.
Yeah.
So I did that really early on as well. So
Oh
I feel
wow.
like I was put in really difficult positions
Yeah.
really early on into my career. So I feel like that it kind of just it got me more comfortable in terms of like performing in front of bigger crowds or just more difficult crowds. Or I just learned very early on how to bounce back and how to get myself where I needed to be. Um, but yeah, they were very early on.
Right?
Nice.
What do you think here, Tim? This is to you as well, right? I think when you're starting out, and I did open mic for a good year, 2 years,
Yeah.
all the tough gigs.
Mhm.
But do you not think there comes a point? And I think they're important for helping you become a better comedian and dealing with tough situations. Do you think there then comes a point though where you go, I don't need to do those gigs anymore because they can actually be detrimental?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still trying to get to that point where I'm like, I don't have to do that. I don't. Because I just think when you start out, you kind of have this inherent feeling that you have to say yes to everything because you're like, I should practice. I should do this.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad. I don't know why we all have this inner people pleaser in us, but we really should get rid of it.
Yeah.
Um, but I definitely think there comes a time in your career where you should learn how to say no and what to say yes to. Because I think when it no longer serves you, like if you no longer need this to practice, or you no longer need this just to get a spot. It just becomes this thing where it almost feels like you're like you get home at the end of the night and you're like, why did I why did I leave? Why did I do that? Was it worth it?
Yeah.
So I definitely think it gets to a point where you have to have that conversation with yourself.
Roger Federer. Roger Federer. First few years, I imagine he's playing on the school tennis courts, or he's playing at a local, whatever the non-league equivalent in Switzerland is.
Mm-hmm.
But when he gets to a certain level, he's not playing on pitch. He's not playing on tennis courts that have got pebbles and patches of sand on it, because it's harming his development. You know.
Exactly.
But
I think just
Sorry. But I guess 99% for comedians doing those gigs are doing those gigs because that's what's on offer to them at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. I think,
So, yeah.
but I think that's the difference. Like when you're doing a gig because you have to do it, you don't really have a choice in the matter. But as you start to do more shows and you have the stage time, and people know who you are and people know what you're capable of, I don't think you need to do those gigs anymore just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to be a bit picky choosy.
I think so.
Yeah.
There's a comedian we know who, I'd say they're pro, semi-pro, and they moved to London. So they were pro, semi-pro where they lived. They moved to London, and then they got on the open mic circuit, and I think they realised that they made a mistake.
Oh.
Because the gigs are so hard.
Difficult, yeah. Do you know, I feel that when I go up north and I perform, I'm like, oh, you guys are having a blast up here.
Mic drop.
Honestly, I was like, I did the stand in Newcastle, and I genuinely did not want to come home. I was just like, listen.
Yeah.
They was screaming. I said, oh, I'm quite funny, innit? I'm quite funny, guys. Thank you. And then I came home and I was just like, oh, just all right, fine.
Flo, I want to move to Newcastle.
Honestly, Flo, I think I'm relocating. I think I'm going to do it.
I think I'll be a Geordie.
Yeah, I'd be great. They have a laugh. And they have great food up there, honestly. It's very pretty in Newcastle. It was my first time there. I did not expect it at all.
Yeah, it's a great city.
Lovely.
Now, Kyrah, to anyone that's not seen you before, please talk us through Chiropractor. Soho Theatre.
Yes.
Hang on, I want to get the dates right. I'm scrolling up and down here. Wednesday the 15th and Thursday the 16th of April.
Yeah.
7:15, Chiropractor.
Yes. So I'm doing my debut hour, Chiropractor. Oh, what a name. What a name. So there's a few reasons why I called it that. It was a nickname that I had growing up. And I feel like also this hour it captures really beautifully the journey that I've been on. I've been through a lot of realignment. I've been through a lot of growth, and I am who I am now. And this is what this hour is showing. And it starts off at the beginning, and I just take you along this journey. It's about my upbringing. It's about dating. It's about things I've experienced with family and just my observations of the world, certain experiences, and then Disneyland. You know what I mean? You want to hear about that? So come along, have a great time. We're gonna have a laugh.
Now? I'd love to know what's your creative process. Are you one of these? Some people, they go for a walk, they're giving notes in their phone, or some people, they lock themselves away in a room, they make themselves write. Everyone's got a different approach. What's yours, Kyrah?
To be quite honest, I will put on a bit of jazz music. Yeah, I will take my ADHD medication, and I'll just let my fingers get to work, and I'll get something down, and then also I'll go for a walk, and anything that's just funny, I'll write it down, and then I'll go back to my jazz music and my laptop, and I'd expand on those ideas. So I think it honestly just depends on how I'm feeling on the day, because there are days where I'm like, if I sit down and look at a laptop, I will end it all,
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I'm not very strict with it. I'm not very like, this is my regime, I will never move from it. It depends on how I'm feeling on the day, man.
What's the jazz music doing there? I'm just wondering how many comedians, as listening to this, will today be going, Alexa, play some jazz music.
Do you know what? I think jazz music is very calming. Like, I put it on a very low volume. So like anytime I need to write, um, I need something on in the background. Like I need some kind of sound. And I think jazz music, there's no lyrics, there's no like, it's not distracting, but it's just very calming and it's very soothing. And I think it's something in the brain. It does something in the brain, James. I don't know what they do, but it hits. It's the frequencies.
Can I just tell you that the most predictable thing has happened at the Gill house, and
Oh,
there's now
God.
jazz music. Yeah, my 7-year-old's Alexa is now playing.
Oh my, see, they're always listening.
Alexa,
They're always listening.
stop. And also, if at home, if you play this out loud at home and jazz has just come on, I'd like to also apologise. So hang on. So you think that it's getting you, it's relaxing the brain. You know, if the brain is like a snow globe, that
Yeah.
I know mine often is. You know, shake it. Is the jazz
Exactly.
perhaps the sediment is settling, and
Yeah.
then the thoughts are popping out?
Yeah, exactly. The snow's going like that. Yeah, and it's starting to settle, and you're starting to see the picture clearly. That's exactly what is going on. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you about a specific bit.
Mhm.
I'll say 2 words. Dead. How does now that is a real signature KG bit, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah.
How did that bit come about?
That was just like I think I started writing about my family. I think quite early on, I was like, I need material. Like I've grown up with material because I talk about it all the time. Like my family is absolutely insane and I love it. So it was a bit difficult because I started quite early. Like I started when I was 21. So in terms of life experiences, not much had happened to me yet. But what I always had was the experience was I had with my family. So that was always at the forefront of my mind. So any teachers that my grandma taught me, anything that my mum said to me growing up, that was like my starting 10 was my Jamaican family. So dead is a bit about how Jamaicans think that repeating a word makes a statement clearer instead of just further explaining what they want. So when they've learned that somebody's passed away, their reaction is like, "What, Gary dead? Dead?" It's just insane. Like, as if there's some level between dead and dead where you would have escaped. Do you know what I mean? Or survived. Um, so yeah, my family has been a great source of content for me, to be honest.
As soon as you said the word Jamaican, my 2 daughters do street dance. They've been doing it for a few years now.
Yeah.
So the eldest she's won like national titles, but
Oh.
the street dance team, it's South London, and there's lots of people from lots of Jamaican families, and so every Saturday they set this stall up, and so I'm confessing I've recently become introduced to the world of Jamaican patties.
Only just recently, James.
This is only just recently. So all
James.
these street dance moms, I think they love this journey. I mean, use the word journey.
Oh.
This patty journey that I've gone on. So each week it's a different one. So I've tried the veg, I've tried the saltfish, cheesy beef. I didn't know you could have. I didn't know that those 2 things went together. Anyway, so I've done them all. They've brought prawn. I've done all, and anyway, they've asked me, what's your favourite? And I'm going to say it now. I'm quite a sensitive soul. The saltfish was too spicy. I'll admit. I know. But so the winner is lamb.
Is it?
Is that like the blandest one?
No, it's not. I don't eat red meat anymore, so I can't eat the red lamb or the beef or the cheesy beef, and that really hurts my soul a little bit, actually.
Sure.
But I completely understand why you would say lamb. For me, I go chicken. or saltfish. There was a shop I went to and they did jerk chicken, and a jerk chicken patty was excellent, actually. So I need to find that again. But I do understand. Lamb, I'll accept. I'll tolerate. It's okay.
I'm going to. I'm going to go for it here. This is quite the hot take.
Oh.
I would put patties way, way, way above Cornish pasties.
I don't even think that's controversial, James. Thank you for stating that fact. Absolutely.
Blown them out of because that's the only thing I can think is comparable. In terms of pastry filled with meet. He's not
Yeah.
the. He's not. I didn't expect us to be talking about this, but we're sort of in it now. But there's no comparison.
Yeah.
No,
There's
I think
nothing worse than getting on a train and someone's been to like the West Cornish Pasty Company or whatever, and it just stinks out a whole carriage. That is the worst thing on earth.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think I've had a pasty maybe 2 or 3 times in my life, and I don't think I've enjoyed it. I think I think once I found potato in it, I think I put it down. I think it's just a lot going on.
It's essentially a hot potato, isn't it? It's
That's
hot mushy
basically
potato.
with meat and but then covered in dough. I don't understand it. No offense to the pastry lovers that the pasty people. Sorry, I really love you guys. Shout out you, man. You know, but I just feel like a pasty is a strange concoction to my taste buds. So I will be staying with the patties if I may.
These honestly, BBC Two have made documentaries about less. These mothers have loved this patty pilgrimage that I've gone on this past couple of months.
It's something to do when you just got to wait for your kids to dance, and you're trying to wait.
That is the highlight. I did an Instagram post about this. The highlight of my week is taking the girls to dance. So we get there about 10:30 in the morning. I stay until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I mingle with these mums. It's the best. My wife once, because my wife works Saturdays, and she once said, "There's one Saturday she wasn't working. Do you want me to take the girls?" And I was like, "Are you out of your mind?
You're crazy. It's the best day of the week.
This is the best day of the week.
I've got some patty conversations to have. Are you crazy?"
Patty's chat with the mums, sat in my car reading my Kindle.
Oh,
God, please don't take this away from me, because I think my wife thought, "God, what a great husband doing that." She doesn't realise that this is, as good as it gets.
Spa day for you.
Spa day.
It sounds beautiful. Kindle in the car.
Oh.
Put the heating on. Put the heated seats on. Do you know what I mean? Whatever you want. And then we're gonna have some patties with some lovely recommendations for some lovely women. Wow.
Before we get to the format, one more thing. Now, Kyrah, this is it's almost like a fan question. What's next? Is there something up the KG sleeve post chiropractor?
The KG sleeve. My focus, I think, after chiropractor is touring and writing. I think
Right.
I love writing, and I'm writing a few things at the moment. So just trying to see what I can do with that, and just trying to get chiropractor on tour. I'm trying to go back to Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to get back up to Newcastle. That's it. I'm just trying to get back there. That's all I do this for.
The tour gets announced. It's 60 dates in Newcastle.
Yeah.
It's just the stand, Kyrah every night. You know what I mean? It's just me. Come on, guys.
That's superb. Because that Harry Styles has got flack, hasn't he, for doing like 1 million nights at Madison Square Garden rather than going on tour. You must have seen that and be like, "Yeah, I get it. I get it."
100% get it. I would do Top Secret and then the stand. That would be my back and forth. Just touring when I can and writing as much as possible. Hopefully in a sunny, hot country. That'd be wonderful.
Perfect. Yeah. Right, Kyrah, you're curating your dream comedy night.
Yes.
Do you have any pre-gig rituals?
I pray before I go on stage every single time. Yeah. I physically can't go on stage without doing that now. Sometimes I just arrive to a gig in time and I have to pray as I'm walking on, because I'm like, it has to get said. Yeah. So that's my thing. That is my thing.
So where are you praying? If someone was looking at you, would they be able to tell that you were praying, or do you actually need to take yourself off somewhere?
If I'm like backstage of other comics, I'll just like turn around, I'll close my eyes, I'll say it to myself. But if I'm in a dressing room, I'm loud with it. I'm looking in the mirror like, "God, I need you." Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Just my vibe.
And
it just depends.
And what is it? If it's private, don't say. But is the prayer? Let me have a great time. That sort of thing.
Yeah, it's just like I pray that I have a great time whilst I'm up there. I pray that they have a great time, and it's just me asking God to guide me, to remove all the doubt, the fear, the anxiety, and yeah, just want to have fun out there.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Gets you in the mindset as well.
Yeah, it does. It helps to focus me. It helps to focus me and just get me in the right mindset. So absolutely.
Who would MC the gig?
Kane Brown.
Lovely, lovely.
Tell you what, Kane Brown is climbing up the league ladder on
Yeah,
the podcast.
he really is.
He's
Listen,
he's getting his flowers, as the kids used to say.
as he should have been.
Yeah,
Like Kane Brown is one, if not, like to me personally, I think him and Slim are two of the best comics in this country.
yeah.
And when he's hosting, Kane is impeccable. Like we had a gig in Peckham not too long ago, and we all had such a great night. But it's because Kane was hosting and he set it up so well. It was me, Laura Smith, Kane hosting, and Ori Styler headlining. It was just such a good lineup.
Right. Yeah.
But
So nice.
so yeah, Kane, chef's kiss in whatever he does. Excellent.
We talked about MCs before, the MCs that don't understand the assignment. That
Yeah,
guy, that guy
Kane
understands the assignment.
Kane knows what to do. I just did tour support for him. He's doing a crowd work tour at the
Yeah.
moment. Just an hour of crowd work. And it's genuinely just the funniest things you've ever seen. This is a Kane Brown stan account, is my point.
Yeah.
That is my point. Yeah.
I'm right in saying he's made this happen himself by sharing clips. Is that right?
Yeah. The podcast and social media.
Sorry, it is the podcast as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Sorry.
podcast and sharing clips. Kane has always been very well known on the black comedy circuit anyway. So I think once he started doing the podcast, it just allowed him to get pushed out to other people who should have known who he was before. So yeah, man, we'd love to see it, and I hope it just increases.
Brilliant. I mean, it's only going one way as well, isn't it?
It's only going up. It's only going up.
Yeah. Sorry, if you're listening, I was pointing upwards there. I want you to know.
Yeah, yeah. It's only going this way.
Imagine Kane listening. He better have been pointing upwards. I would. It's only going one way. Who would open?
Who would open? I would get Alan Carr to open.
Obviously, fantastic. Yeah.
I love Alan Carr. Like it's like this is also an Alan Carr stan account. In case you were wondering, I love him so much. I think he's so funny, and I think that's the kind of energy we would need to open up the show, set everyone on the right foot. You know,
he's just done his first gig in I don't know when, but like a huge amount of time. So exciting.
Yeah, I saw him. I think he did it in Comedia. I think I just saw it on socials.
Right,
yeah. Love Comedia. Yeah, honestly, I love Alan Carr. So he would be first on that lineup.
He's before I was doing comedy. He's someone I would see live. I'm such a colossal fan of the guy. His two books, his two autobiographies are both fantastic. We're all aboard the Alan Carr train. Also, not that the three of us did not need reminding of Alan Carr's brilliance, but The Traitors has done a great job of reminding lots of people, oh yeah, this is one of the funniest humans on the planet.
Yeah.
How did we forget that?
Yeah.
How did we forget that? He was just so funny. Like watching him, it's just his facial expressions, him like sweating constantly, him trying so hard not to look guilty. And also just no one recognizing that he's clearly sweating around this dinner table. Why are we not more suspicious of this? He's just so funny, man. So it was great to watch.
Alan Carr on Traitors was such a magical thing that it's one of those rare times where even Twitter or X was universally positive. I saw one person post something like, I don't know how else to put this, but Alan Carr, spoiler, Alan Carr, I think I can say it now. Alan Carr being a traitor might be the best thing that's ever happened to me.
100%. I think I saw that tweet as well.
Yeah.
And really I liked it. I said, me too, sir. Me too. Yeah. It
great
was really good. Thank you. Lovely. So far, what a gig! The pressure on the middle. Who's on in the middle? In the middle, I'm going to give that to Kevin Hart, right?
Yeah,
I want Kevin Hart in the middle because I need. This is all. It's not a lineup of like an opener, a middler, a headliner.
Sure.
This is a comedy show of heavy hitters all the
Yeah.
way through. We're
Bangers
starting off
only.
strong,
Yeah.
bangers only. This is a hard sandwich. That sounded crazy, but that's what this is. This is solid comedy show sandwich vibes. So we've got Kevin Hart in the middle. And that is my. I think Kevin Hart is great. I think he's the funniest person ever.
Have you seen Kevin? Have you ever seen him live?
I've never seen him live, and it's not okay. It's not okay. I'm not okay about that.
Curb could sort you there, couldn't they?
Well, somebody needs to. So I will be conversing with them very, very soon. I'm very, very sad about that. I think he's just. I've watched all of his specials, and I think he's the only comic that I've sat and watched every single one of his specials. I've obviously watched loads of people's specials, but in terms of I've watched every single one and seen every single stage of his life. I just think he's one of the funniest people, and also very rarely do I see comics who are just as funny on screen and out of character as they are on stage. And I think Kevin Hart is just he has it all, and it's just a love him.
That is such a good point. There have been many brilliant comedians
Yeah,
where, for whatever don't know why I'm wagging a finger. I'm agreeing with you. Where, for whatever reason, it's a happy finger. They've just not managed to capture it on the big screen, and
yeah,
and it's heartbreaking. I mean, there's one person in particular, one of my all-time stand-up heroes, and I've seen his movies on the big screen, and I'm like a football fan. I'm willing him to be better, and
yeah,
it's just not been captured. But
yeah.
with what? Why is that? Do you think? Because Kevin, undeniably, he's a movie star.
Yeah, I think it's difficult, man, because I think it's two completely different skill sets, and you can be great at one and not that great at the other. And
Yeah.
it takes a lot of like determination and hard work as well, I think, to get yourself to that point where you're excellent at that. Because people forget as well, Kevin Hart has been doing movies for years. He didn't just pop up with Ride Along, like he didn't just pop up out of nowhere. He's been doing TV shows, he's been doing films, and he started off with those small roles. So I think over time, he saw what he wanted to be. He knew what he was capable of on stage, and somehow he just put that together. And he was like, "Yeah,
Who
this
are
is it."
the greatest ever for in terms of stand-up transitioning to movies?
Eddie
Eddie Murphy.
Murphy. Eddie
Murphy's
Murphy.
probably Eddie Murphy. Not Eddie Murphy's probably number one.
He absolutely is number one. Yeah,
Sandler, I think, has to be in the conversation.
yeah. I think Adam Sandler is actually great. I love Adam Sandler movies.
And then, in terms of being a brilliant straight actor, I think Jamie Foxx might be my all-time.
Yeah, straight acting, Jamie Foxx. Straight comedic acting, Jim Carrey is one of my favorite ever.
Yeah.
I think I might cry the same way I will cry when I meet Beyonce. When I meet Jim Carrey, he is my comedic acting Beyonce. That's what he is to me. Love him dearly. So he's also up there for me.
Jim Carrey, oh, absolutely. Listeners will be screaming Robin Williams.
Oh yes, sorry guys.
Well,
Timo, you're going to say something, aren't you?
I want to include Steve Martin before we move on. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
For the love of God.
Yeah.
Tim, thank you. I'd have woken up at 3:00 in the morning tonight.
But like the list is, I mean, it is endless, isn't it? It's a shame we haven't said any British people, but my mind has gone a bit blank, unfortunately.
Well, that's more a comment on the British movie industry, I suppose.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Absolutely is,
absolutely. I think in America, there's much more of a there's so much more of a space for comics to transition into movie stars or do what they want and just write and star in so many different variations of film. Whereas in the UK, there really isn't much. There really isn't much. It's just police shows that we have, and like just or Black Mirror or like the odd rom-com here and there. But I think the UK could really do with some comic films. That's what we're in dire need of.
It is a shame when you think of some of the monster British talent there's been, and for whatever reason, it just didn't quite happen in terms of the movie career.
It's crazy.
So many examples. I mean, Rick Mayall is always the one that comes up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that is a big one.
Insane to me.
Great choice, Kevin Hart.
Thank you.
I bet you'd like to think he's lovely if you met him.
I really hope so. and I'm just gonna cling on to that hope. I think he would be lovely because I just think he's naturally funny. Like even when I see clips of him just in interviews, or he's just hanging out with The Rock, which is my favorite thing ever. I think he's just funny. So I assume that he is a joyous person to also be around as well.
The running gag where he's had his picture taken with a taller person, that's been a great runner for him for years now. And you know what? Long may it continue.
It's so good. Like he's just I think one of the most important things as a comic is to not take yourself too seriously, man. And he embraced that early
So
on,
true.
very early on. And I think
Uh,
that's one of the reasons.
Great pick. Who would close this? I'm going to use the word juggernaut.
Because there was two people that I wanted because I
Go
felt
on.
like
Who
yeah.
who who were the two?
So I feel like both of them have actually technically retired from stand up, but I'm bringing them back.
Right.
One for the Brits, one for the Americans. Yeah. Eddie Murphy, because he's the greatest of all time, and Lee Evans, because as a child, oh my gosh, Lee Evans was everything to me. I literally used to watch his specials with my mum all the time growing up. And the fact that I had not got the opportunity to watch him now as an adult breaks my heart a little bit. So I'm bringing him back for this, bringing him back.
Am I right? Am I right in saying with Lee, it's a happy retirement?
Yeah, I think so. And I don't blame him.
Fair
I actually
play.
don't blame him because I think he completed it. To be honest,
Yeah.
I think he actually, I think he completed it. I don't think, I don't think there was anything else. I think he was like, I've done everything I need to do. I'm happy. I'm content. I'd rather leave on a high, and I respect it. I really do. I want the chance to meet him and shake his hand and say thank you for that, good sir.
The way Sean Walsh talks about Lee Evans, I
Oh,
think in my mind's eye, Sean puts his hand on his chest because I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Sean says what a lovely. I think he's even lovelier than we would all hope. Which is saying
imagine.
something.
Oh, I really do want to meet him. So we'll see. Hopefully.
Now, Tim and I, we'd heard a few things on the grapevine about this Eddie Murphy comeback had been talked about for a good couple of years,
Mm.
and then I think it's all gone quiet. Right, I'm gonna put the rumours out there that we'd heard.
Hmm.
This was the big one. Other comedians were being sent out to comedy clubs in America performing. This is just alleged and reported.
Hmm.
We'd heard a rumor, maybe bollocks, that other comedians were being sent out to perform the material, and then we're sending it back to Eddie HQ to see how the material worked. Because Eddie is too big,
Yeah.
it would be impossible for Eddie to drop in at the Chuckle Shack or whatever. But I don't know whether there was any truth in that, because I think Eddie not talked about it a bit, and then that sort of went away.
I think he did speak about it a bit. That makes so much sense though, because Eddie Murphy can't test out with like imagine going to a work in progress, the pressure that he'd feel, especially after years of not doing it. So that makes sense. That's crazy. But I feel like maybe it's because he has dropped a couple films, so maybe he was hoping to like the films will come out and then he could come out with like a comedy special. I don't know.
When he went back to SNL to promote Dolomite Is My Name, which is one of my absolute all-time favourite
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy
Bless
performances.
you.
Bless you, Tim. Great movie, great performance. It was great to see him back in action on SNL, though. I thought it was fantastic.
I really miss him. I really
Yeah.
miss him. And I think we need him back on our screens in general. Because even when I think about back in the day, just the caliber of films that we had, it was there was just so much more variety. There was so much more fun being had. That it looked like the whole process was so enjoyable. And I feel like now it just feels like everyone's really scared to experiment with any kind of like anything that's funny because they're scared of like pushback on socials or they're scared of what people are going to say or what they're going to feel. And I think it's really restricted certain creative elements.
I think you even saw that at the Oscars. I think people were even scared to laugh at. I thought Conan's monologue was fantastic.
Yeah,
I think people are even scared to laugh at that.
they're terrified. They don't want to be seen laughing at anything because then someone's going to see that clip and think, oh, I'm not going to work with them. I caught you
100%.
laughing at that joke at the. It's too much. It's actually too much. Everyone
Yeah.
just go and have a Kit Kat, man. God, just have a break, relax. Everyone's
That's,
really tense.
if Kit Kat are listening, you just got the next advertising campaign.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That would be wonderful.
KG is the face of Kit Kat. Guys, have a break. Snap.
I think that's
Sales. By the way, I'm pointing to the listener. I'm pointing upwards again. We're back
you
to
so
Kane
much.
Brown.
That's the kind of manifestation we need, James. Thank you so much.
That's a good manifestation. Did they find the Kit Kats? You know that truck went missing.
They found it. No.
Don't know about this.
So it was. Am I right in saying, Kyrah? Was it a truckload of Kit Kats that were shaped like Formula One cars? Is that right?
I don't know if they were shaped like
Or
Formula
maybe
One
I've made
cars.
that last bit up. But basically, this massive truck went missing. Was it from Italy to Switzerland or something like that?
Something like that. It got stolen.
We're talking thousands, maybe tens of thousands of Kit
Tens of
Kats.
thousands, yeah. And then other brands started popping up saying that they've got it. So then it just became a big thing on social media. But yeah, why would you rob Kit Kat?
It's wild.
It's just so strange. So now they've put out like this statement to say that if you have a Kit Kat with these numbers on it, it's a stolen Kit Kat, and let us know so we can track it.
It feels like a future Netflix documentary.
Honest to God, everything feels like a future Netflix documentary.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you're right. Bearded Genius shared that clip of Jimmy Fallon and Paris Hilton talking about NFTs.
Oh my God.
And that felt like a future Netflix documentary.
Yeah, see?
But the thing with the NFTs, we all knew, while they were a thing a few years ago, we all knew, surely we were all going, this feels like bollocks.
It's just that clip, I hadn't seen it for a long time. But just like them like applauding this like cartoon ape thing. It was genuinely mad, and it was like, oh yeah, and I've paid however many thousands of dollars for this crap cartoon.
She goes, this is my ape, and the crowd clap.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy goes, and this is my ape, and the crowd clap that. And you're like, what's happening?
That's one of the a really mad time. I mean, you don't ever hear about NFTs anymore.
No, I only see it on X or Twitter.
And saying this is the time to reveal that Always Be Comedy. Can you bring it up now? It Always Be Comedy ape. No, it's a shame. We'll add that in afterwards.
I was actually like, oh my God, where? No, I got really. I get so into that.
Can you imagine? Now, Kyrah, has there been an incident that you would love to somehow replicate at this gig?
There was a joke. There was a time I did this this joke about short man syndrome, and
yes, I remember this bit.
And this man, like, he stood up and he was like, "That's not true," and I was like, well, this is a pretty beautiful example of this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh my God.
So I'd recreate that. You couldn't have written it. It was perfect, honestly.
That's right.
Oh,
That's not true.
It's not true.
Okay, I'm just going to play this back. Just see what you think when you watch it. Was that captured on video?
No, I'm sorry. This was this was before all the clubs started filming their sets. So I wish that was on video, man. Because that was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious.
That is perfect, and we must remember that for future great examples, because that is an absolute beauty.
Thank you so much.
I'm not worried it was me. Has there been an incident that must not happen at this gig?
I talk about this gig all the time. I feel like it actually traumatized me. There was a gig I did in Twickenham, right? And there's no MC.
Bearcat.
Maybe. Yeah, I think so. And like they called me on, and like when I walked in, I already knew.
Kyrah, I was a new act, and I knew,
And you know,
I just knew.
like, and do you know how I knew? There was a man in an oxygen mask at the back.
Oh.
And I said, I don't think this is my demographic. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys are gonna laugh at this. I don't know if you can, sir, but I don't know if the rest of you are gonna laugh at this at all. It was honestly, I had three girls at the front that were laughing the whole time. And I was like, love you, queens. Everyone else, it was just dead silent. And then someone came on with a guitar after me and they were having a jolly good time. And I said, okay, this is the crowd for you, sir. Well done.
Kyrah, with my hand to God, I'll tell you who it was afterwards. A guy with a guitar came on after me and roofed it.
Smashed it. Listen, that's what they want there though. They want
Uh,
like cheeky songs.
now I personally will take full ownership. I had not done enough gigs. I wasn't good
Mm.
enough. You know, you know what? I'd love to go back there and die again. No, but I would like to think in the year of our Lord 2026, I would play
Yeah.
it very differently. But but yeah, I could just feel it in the.
Yeah. I
You're,
think it was very early on for me as well. Like I think
yeah, too early on.
yeah, I'd not long signed with her. So like this was very early on in my career. And but I still stand by the fact that it was a solid 20. So I'm like, you guys should have laughed at more than you did. Do you know what I mean? Like you gave me like 5% and I should have got 20 at least. But
My gig went so badly that when you said there were three girls at the front who were laughing, a part of me was jealous. Part of me was thinking I could really have done with those three girls. Oh, it was so. Oh, I can still see the look on some
oh,
people's faces, and that must be like nearly 16 years ago, and I can still
oh
see
my
just
gosh.
they were like. Also, some of the stuff was quite edgy, and there were like a couple of. When I say edgy, ultimately it's not very good, but I do remember there were a couple of like gasps. Like
Oh
bits that would get big laughs at open mic gigs, and there were a
yeah.
couple of like,
Yeah.
oh god,
Yeah.
it was a
I
different time.
I don't think I didn't have any edgy stuff. It was just it was an older crowd. And I
That's true.
think I was quite young at this time. So I think like when I've come on, a lot of them already like, shut what have you got to say to me? Do you know what I mean? I ain't gonna listen to this. So I think we just started off badly as well. And I think having no MC it really, really sets the gig up for slight failure. So
Yeah.
maybe we should do that.
And also because it can sometimes when that happens, the first act is then essentially their own warm up, aren't they?
Yes, that's exactly what you just walking in and just say, hey, 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 how's everybody doing?
Yeah,
You okay? It's just you spend 5 minutes just trying to get them to smile at you, and then you can spend the rest of the 15 trying to get a laugh.
that's right.
So yeah, that was probably my worst gig.
So that must not. So that gig must never happen again. So
Yeah,
actually, the thing that must never happen again is getting the feeling. Oh, this
that
isn't this isn't KG's night tonight.
yeah, I think so. I think if we see someone in the crowd with an oxygen mask on, we got to be like, lads, I've got a bad feeling about this. All right, we're gonna have to, let's pray. Let's pray.
Anyone want to trade spots?
Yeah.
Anyone?
So, I mean,
Um,
I could get you a ticket for the next show, sir. Is that okay? No? Okay, that's absolutely fine.
but I think I'm right in saying you don't get that feeling is not a thing anymore.
In terms of yeah, not really, not anymore. I think I
Yeah.
also this was at a stage where I cared a lot in terms of bombing was the worst thing that could ever happen to me in my life. Like it was I think when you're new, that fear that you have of having a bad gig, I think it really like takes over you. And I think now I'm at a stage where thank God I don't necessarily bomb, but I know when a gig doesn't go well, I know what I can do to turn it around. And I know I can be like, oh, that bit didn't really work. So let me try that bit next time. And so it's not like, oh, my life is ending. It's like, oh, what can I do a bit differently to kind of shift that next
You've
time?
got you've got the skills. You've got the skills to pay the bills to try turn it around.
Yeah. I like that. Skills to pay the bills. That was lovely.
Skills to pay the bills. Yeah, there is something. There is something in that. I can't remember what the show was. There was a warm up recently where the crowd was slightly reticent, and it's that thing of not telling them off, but sort of saying, "Guys, come on, we've got this."
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
You don't have the confidence as a new act to do that.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm also at a stage. I tell them at the end, I'm like, "You guys you've been all right, man." I was gonna say great, but that was a lie. That would be a lie. So and I don't lie to people. It's bad. I wasn't raised like that. You have to tell people when they've got low energy, because sometimes, like not a lot of the time, but sometimes it genuinely is the crowd. It's genuinely the audience. They're just having a slow energy day. They're tired. They've been at work. It's a Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? So
you can sometimes have it, and I mean, thank God it's one in a thousand or something. But Tim, I remember on ABC, and it was fine. But then, as Kyrah's saying, I'm going back years. For whatever reason, it was just a low energy thing. And then after the show, Tim and I are thinking, "Oh God," because we're used to dare I say it, like fireworks. The amount of people that came up to us afterwards. Oh, what a great show! And you sort of want to say, "God, I wish you'd told your face that." But in their own head, they've still had a great night.
Yeah, like and I've noticed that as well. Like so many people are scared to laugh now, and I don't know if it's because they're scared to get put up like on social media. But I've found that a lot of people. Sometimes I do gigs and people will be like laughing on the inside. They'll be like, and trying to keep it in, and I'm like, the sole purpose of this is for you to laugh out loud, please. I'm begging, actually.
I'll say on a warm up. I'll say it's a standard line, but it's like they can't hear your smiles at home.
Yes,
it is true though, isn't it? In other words, let's go for it, guys. Come on, party time.
Come on, get it out there, man. Get it out. Get the energy out. That's what we're here for. But yeah, sometimes they've been working 8 hours. They've had a drink, and they just wanted a little laugh, and they don't have the energy for more. So I'm now able to be like, fairs, man. It's a Tuesday.
Final question: How do you unwind after a gig, Kyrah?
A bubble bath. A bubble bath. Yeah.
So go on. You might get home at say midnight, 1 a.m. You'll still get the bubble bath out.
Yeah, if I'm feeling for it. Sometimes I'm like exhausted, and I'm like, I just need to shower, hot water bottle. I have an electric blanket underneath my bed sheet, so I turn that on. So when I get in, I'm cozy.
Nice.
If it's a bit earlier and I can have a bubble bath, hot, extremely hot, piping hot even. A little lid full of Dettol, some Radox bubble bath, and some Epsom salts. Might even be cheeky and have a glass of wine. Hey, stop it.
So if you've opened and you're going home after opening, Bubble Bath McGee.
It's bubble bath time,
sure.
James. It's bubble bath time. That is what it is. Yeah. I highly recommend, especially because I get really achy. Like my lower back and my neck get really stiff. So if you've got a little ache, I promise you, run yourself a little bubble bath, put a bit of Dettol, bit of Epsom salts in there, some lavender. Treat yourself, James. Come on.
I've never been more tempted to fire up the Epsom salts in about 10 minutes' time.
It's a bit early. I'd recommend, around 7 p.m, 7, 8. Unless you're gigging tonight, then do it when you get back, whenever you need.
I'm just visualizing my wife. If I got a bubble bath at midnight, what the fuck are you doing? Oh yeah, fair enough. Sorry, you've woken the kids up. Yeah, sorry.
I just wanted to unwind. Is that a cry?
Felt like a bubble bath.
Got a lamb patty in hand. Well, however you choose to relax. Whatever makes you smile.
Sat in a bubble bath. Lamb patty in one hand, half a cap of Dettol in the other. Let's do this.
That sounds perfect to me. I don't know.
Outstanding. Well, look, Kyrah, thank you very much. That was absolutely brilliant. Chiropractor, Soho Theatre, do yourselves a favour. All aboard the Kyrah bandwagon. Thank you very much. That was brilliant.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Huge thanks to Kyrah Gray. Tim, what? So patronising. What a lovely person.
Oh my God. Well, she is. It's not patronising. She is a wonderful person. Very, very lovely. I'm sure you'll have a great time.
Tim, your favourite Kyrah Gray memory?
I think it is. It is the slight classic of first time seeing her because I don't think I'd heard the name before, if I'm very honest. And yeah, she's just had a stormer off her debut. It was really cool.
Sort of regrettably, I have to say the same.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it's that obvious when she has that good first gig with us.
I shouldn't say regrettably, because the thing is, when you see someone new and you're not familiar with them, and they crush it, it is who's the Tim? What's the name of the lad that the teacher?
Tom Towling.
Jesus Christ! If you're talking about electrifying debuts,
yeah.
We had Tom Towling recently. I mean, there's buzz about him as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
Brilliant debut. We could do. I tell you what. I mean, there's not hours in the day, but we could do a great top 10 Always Be Comedy best debuts, and Kyrah and Tom would be in the 10.
Oh man, like we record all the shows. I've rewatched Tom's set a few times. It's so funny.
Tom does so well that part of his tech doesn't work properly. But because he's crushed the gig so hard, we all thought it was part of the set.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he is debuting this year at the Fringe. I would strongly recommend. He also he won the Sean Locke Award, so a huge amount of promise, and a fantastic new comedian.
Outstanding. Right, Timo. Yeah, you know what? It is a nice thing when you see a new comedian for the first time. Roof ABC, and I think that for Kyrah that has to be the one. And I think with Kyrah as well, this is very much we've not seen anything yet. This is someone whose star is very much in the ascendancy.
Oh my god, this is properly only the beginning. Yeah,
absolutely. Huge and heartfelt thanks as always, guys. It's important that you keep that in. That I made a mistake. Tim, do you not find on the US shows, like the John Olivers and the Seth Meyers, they might trip over a word and they keep it in? I love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I remember I used to, very early days of this podcast, I would sort of cut out every single blah, 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 blah. But I think if you do it too much, it sort of gets a bit robotic and almost like, it's an AI sounded podcast, whereas actually it's not. It's so heavily edited. It sounds mad.
I love the newsagents, and if Lewis Goodall, who is phenomenal, but if Lewis Goodall takes a couple of run-ups at a sentence, they keep it in. I think it's all the better for it.
Yeah. I watched an interview with a musician called Geordie Greep the other night, and there's so many cuts. It's mad to watch. It's just like every 4 seconds is like a slightly different angle now because it's cutting it up so much.
Some podcasts remove every pause. Maybe they don't anymore, but they certainly used to, and it sort of takes you out of the podcast.
Yeah. I'm glad that it's more free flowing now, and I think that's better for everything.
It's more free flowing. That's Tim's way of saying
that. Yeah, really, it's a pathetic excuse.
Really lazy in the edit. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's just better now. You sort of leave all the problems in.
One of my kids tried to wind me up by saying that was lazy.
Wow.
It didn't go great. But I think what I'm saying is, Tim, I've made a joke about Tim being lazy in the edit, and because nothing has ever been more further removed from the truth, I've now gone into panic mode that I shouldn't have said it, even though it was most obviously a joke. As did one of my kids, because they were just saying it to pull my leg. Yeah. Me as I'm crying.
Yeah.
God, it's just a bit of fun. Right. Huge and heartfelt thanks as always. We will see you at a show soon. Lots of love. Cheers, guys. Bye.